We've got a question coming in from David Greenshield concerning the Michigan passing game. They were throwing the ball 8 to 12 to 15 times early in the season. They've opened it up recently, put up 352 on Maryland. I got to say, I was impressed with Cade McNamara against Michigan State. Kevin, what are your thoughts about the Wolverines through the air?
Yeah, they've been putting up more yardage on the air because they've been putting up less yardage on the ground. They haven't had Blake Corum for the last couple of games. Corum was kind of going, trending downward in terms of what his role was. Haskins was a little bit of a larger role. I don't think that Michigan has suddenly found something in the passing game that gives them some sort of decided tactical advantage. I mean, if you go back to the Maryland game, yeah, everybody talked about the great catch that Andrew Anthony had. There was another great catch, but neither of those balls were thrown very well. So, you know what? Sometimes those catches are a result of a receiver making a play on a ball that wasn't thrown very well. But yeah, I mean, you go through 406 against Michigan State, 233 against Indiana, 217 against Penn State, and of course 352 against Maryland. They're throwing the ball a lot better, but they are throwing it a lot more. Two of those games, they attempted 40 or more pass attempts, very different than 17, 15, 17, and 16 to open up the season. But Cade McNamara is who he is, and, he's not going to be somebody who's going to be throwing passes of 20 plus. He's going to be somebody throwing passes of inside of 10 and then, letting receivers get out there and try and make one guy miss and turn it into a larger gain.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Credit him, 9 touchdown passes and 1 interception in his last 4 games, but throwing interceptions isn't really his thing. He doesn't force the ball into places. Hasn't this year. Has thrown a couple of passes that were right into the hands of some defenders that didn't get caught. So sometimes he gets a little wild, but knows his limitations, and I think his limitations can be significant at times. He has some hot moments where he can zip some balls in there, 15, 20 yards downfield, but it's not often. And over the course of a game, you look at what he does, and most of his completions are within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. That's where his accuracy is. It gets worse the further he goes downfield, as it is with all quarterbacks, but you don't have to go too far downfield for that accuracy to really take a hit. And for me, I keep coming back to the fact that Ohio State struggles in pass coverage behind the linebackers, around the linebackers, and between the linebackers and safeties. And that's not really Cade McNamara's game. He's more of a within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, quick slants, some swing passes, screens, all kinds of screens. Can he take advantage 10 yards downfield of a soft, at times, Ohio State secondary? And will the Ohio State secondary stay soft? Or will, as Brian Day said, if quarterbacks are getting rid of the ball quickly, then they need tighter coverage. Will they just start out with that tight coverage because they don't necessarily fear the passing game? Or will they have soft coverage because they don't necessarily fear the passing game? And you tackle and you make Michigan go repeatedly, play after play, 14 plays on a drive, make them do that. But I think Michigan is also okay doing that because that's their offense. So I'm just wondering if the defense will be a little bit more aggressive to try and force some big plays or force some mistakes from Michigan. I don't think Cade McNamara really scares them. I think as long as he is safe with the ball, I guess that's good for Michigan. But I also think they need some big plays to chew up some yards, to take advantage. It's going to be hard, I think, for Michigan to move the ball. So if they can get some stuff downfield, they should try it. They're just not very successful at it when they do.